everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Prince of FNAF, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing, and also be sure to hit that notification bell. That way, you'll indeed be notified for any awesome videos like this in the future. Many people might say that Flappy Dragon is just a ripoff of Flappy Bird, but I'd like to say in many ways it's more successful. This time you're an epic dragon and you can breathe fire and destroy towers. And the main objective of the game is to go through the levels and traverse the different areas as this awesome dragon, collecting eggs, taking out enemies, and collecting treasures. It really took some of the elements from Flappy Bird, which came before it, and expanded upon them. Not only is it just a dragon moving through different structures, trying not to hit any of them, but you get different abilities through different levels. You get things like your fire breathing ability, the ability to phase through the towers, the ability to grow super giant, to be a kaiju sized dragon, and just destroy everything in sight. You even get the abilities of extra lives and just all of these crazy things. There's tons of crazy villains unique to each level, tons of treasures that you can get, and even eggs will be scattered across select levels in which you can collect with your dragon and create new dragons that you can play as across the various different biomes that the dragons travel through in this game. Now, with this being a mobile game, it is decent for being a mobile game. And for being a Flappy Bird game, it's great. This is not a game that you're going to be looking into for the story elements or for some really cool animation. It's just a very generic game, but as a Flappy Bird game or spin off, it's very, very good. It's one of those games that you can play when you have nothing better to do, or you're simply in a car on a road trip with your family and you have nothing to do but download mobile games for the long road ahead. It's definitely a very interesting game, and I love all the different mechanics they included. Besides it just being a Flappy Bird game, they really brought lots of interesting new stuff to the table. Again, with all of the different abilities that your dragon can use across various different biomes and levels, to even the different villains and enemies that are unique to each of those levels. The game is very simple and easy to play. You are basically playing Flappy Bird but with dragons, and instead of going across just one level, you are going across various different levels. In fact, each of the levels has a nice transition to it where a portal will appear at the end of the level so you can move on to the next, or you can simply just choose to stay in whatever place you're at. Each of the towers in the level are themed around specific areas and biomes, whereas the water level will have these kind of aquatic sort of Greek structures, and the castle level, which will be the level that you always start on when booting up the game, will be themed around castles and dragons' keeps. Now, of course, there is only one thing I'd love to add to the game, and that is having the enemies actually interact with the dragon. The enemies just sit in the structures of some of the towers and don't really do much outside of going through their various different animations of walking back and forth in the tower, as well as just having some kind of effect going on when they are present. And they don't really do anything. They don't even attempt to attack the dragon. They just kind of sit there. It would be really interesting for a mechanic to be put in the game where the enemies would at least attempt to attack or slay the dragon. There's even enemies that look very similar to dragon slayers from mythology, and so it would be really cool to see if maybe some of the dragon slayers would attempt to kill you as you're passing by. But this is again a really cool game. I highly recommend it. It's not just another Flappy Bird ripoff. It's actually a really nice Flappy Bird kind of spin-off game, if you will, because it took Flappy Bird and made it 100 times better. And I'm not just being egotistical because the dragon is my favorite mythical monster, but just because it's a altogether much more superior game, at least when it comes to the stuff that they implemented into the game to make it original. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed my look at Flappy Dragon, the new kind of Flappy Bird spin-off that's out there. You can download it for free on the App Store. And with that being said, do take care. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.